Previously on Dandies in Danger.
You hear a startled voice. Who's there? He is going to reach out for Daniel. Come with me. You sort of see something that flickers a little bit like the ember within a coal.
Oh, like he's possessed by the brooch.
So he's fighting with this man and he's undoing the brooch and he rips the rest off.
You should probably wrap that thing up.
But
You hear a stupendous explosion and the smoke thickens. Stay low to the floor, everyone.
Right, what was your name?
Nathaniel.
Right, Nathaniel, move your ass, let's go.
Look, over there! It's the moth!
Just come with me. Come out of the building. The exit's right over here. And the moth is waiting right there on the glass pane.
Let's pretty much put our hands on it at the very least.
Liam looks back. Liam says, "Trust us. We'll be fine. You get yourself out." And he touches the pane and disappears. You're standing in a field of grayish-blue grass. The moths are now so profuse.
Third line in the poem says, July dances by on black cobblestones.
Terrible to left feet.
Alright, let's all go.
So the four of you hear music.
Oh no, we are going to dance.
You see the swirling colors of a masquerade. The dancers are gliding across this beautiful white porcelain floor that is set over the abyss that sinks deep, deep into nothing. And they never miss a step, and they never miss a beat. And you hear their laughter.
Hello, my name is Haile Bear, my pronouns are she, her, and I am the voice of Zachery Wilkos.
Hi there, I'm Cass. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be voicing Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess. My pronouns are he, she, they, and I will be voicing Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be voicing Adrian Edwards.
When we last left off with Dandies in Danger, the lads had just chosen the column through which to travel. In between episodes, we bumped up our health a little bit. And so now, the four lads had just parted the curtain to see a crowd of dancers moving across the white tiles over the abyss. The music, you can hear it shudders in your rib cage, and the air is heady like fermented fruit. You can smell it. Every dancer who drifts across the tiles is donned in warm, sumptuous colors: peach, rose, cherry, eggplant. At first glance, these dancers seem to be wearing masks and elaborate wigs in the Rococo style, but it slowly dawns on you that their faces are not masked. They're adorned with bright rouge and gems and very dramatic makeup. And their hair is not piled on top of their head, it's actually floating behind them in the air, as if floating through water. And the dancers' gowns and coats also glide heavily, swirling and accentuating the sort of dreamy waltz. It's difficult to drag your eyes from these magnetic dancers and from how they somehow, effortlessly, avoid falling into the abyss right below your feet. From where you stand on the tiny ledge of blue grass where you entered, you've parted this gold-tinted fabric, and it hangs down in a wide circle, creating a vast room. The top of the tent reaches far, far above your heads, and as your eyes are drawn upward, you see movement near the ceiling. Strange, glittering shapes writhe around each other, but you can't quite discern what it is from where you stand. Before you observe anything else, Robin leaps up in delight and cries, "These are good folks, don't worry lads," and immediately dashes out onto the white cobblestones beneath the dancing feet.
Are there cobblestones or tiles?
They're cobblestones/tiles. They're tiles that are in the shape of cobblestones, so they're sort of round. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Good question.
So the dance floor is checkerboarded with areas you can step on and then void. Is that right, or is that wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Checkerboard is not the best description. If you want to take a closer look at how they're laid out, in the void, then you can make a roll for that. But you've got the basic general idea, yes.
I have the highest. Do I have the highest wisdom? I could try rolling for it.
What is your wisdom?
5. Zachery will peer closer and give it a good old look.
Okay, I'll try.
13.
13, okay.
Oh, I got a 20.
A nat 20.
Okay.
All right. Very
Daniel
good.
with his eagle eyes.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you see with your special eyes?
So with a 20, I'm going to give you a real great layout of what this place is like. You're basically standing at one point of a pentagram. The pentagram is made by these white cobblestones over the void. And so if you were to imagine that you are standing at 12 o'clock on a clock, then the pentagram, the legs go down from 12 down to 5.
Like 4:30.
Yeah. From 12 to 5, and then it goes up from 5 to 9, and then from 9 to 3, and then from 3 to 7, and then from 7 back to 12.
Okay.
So that is how these tiles are all laid out, and that is the path that the dancers are taking, is clockwise on the path.
Okay.
I see.
And outside of the couples is the void.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
black. It's just completely, utterly black.
Okay.
And wait, with the 20, can Daniel see what the things at the top of the room are?
I'm going to give you an option.
Okay.
I'm going to give you either the option, I will either give you more details about what's on the ceiling, or I will give you more details about the dancers themselves. And then that's up to you to decide which one. Anyone else is also welcome to make a different investigation roll to find out more details about one or the other.
I think I actually want to investigate the dancers since we might be moving through them.
Okay.
That's fair.
So, Daniel, you notice that intertwined in their hair that's sort of billowing around their heads, there's something wrapped inside there, and you happen to notice that each of the dancers has a pair of horns coming out of their head. They're different types, different shapes. Some are antlers, some are curled, some are spiraled, some come down over the ears. And speaking of the ears, their ears are long and slender, sort of pointed at the end even. They haven't noticed you yet. They haven't noticed any of the lads. They seem very wrapped up in dancing, and all of them are smiling and spinning and swirling. They're all different shapes, different sizes, different hair colors, different everything. They are laughing.
There is music in the air, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't tell where the music is coming from. It exists almost as its own entity in this space.
And we can't see where Robin went.
Robin will flash every once in a while in between the legs of these dancers. They do seem, actually, that's a good question, they seem quite pleased whenever they notice him. And you can't really hear what they say, but there seems to be a level of familiarity that they have with Robin.
And Robin is running on the white cobblestones.
Yes, Robin is leaping with ease across the white tiles. Now, is anybody else going to do any other investigations or perception checks? So far, we have seen the layout of the tiles.
Daniel for sure, relays what he has noticed. So I don't think they're human at all. And they seem to know our little feline friend.
I imagine you're right.
I don't trust that, mutters Zachery.
Exactly. If they're friends with him,
He said
Adrian shakes his head.
He said they were all right, but I have to side with you folks. We can't trust him.
He said a lot of things.
He said a lot more things than a cat should normally say. And it started with the word hello.
And he's also got 4 eyes again.
Well, whatever.
He's not consistent, is what I'm saying. Just give me a normal number of eyes. I don't really care how many. Just stick with it, though.
Zachery gently taps his foot on one of the cobblestones to test it and see if it takes any bit of his weight. Because it'll take the cat's weight, but he's not quite sure if it's going to take, like, a bit more than a cat's weight.
The white cobblestone does take his weight, and a few of the dancers, their ears perk up a little bit. Almost like rabbit ears. It's kind of cute, except it's a little bit menacing at the same time.
He immediately takes his foot back.
I don't like this.
Daniel pulls out his cuff on which he had written the poem. Well, it says, July dances by on black cobblestones, and these are white.
Do we have to step onto the void?
There are no black cobblestones.
Well, these are definitely white cobblestones. Maybe it's just any sort of cobblestone. Maybe they're black because they're cursed or something. I don't know.
I am very much against stepping on these white ones.
Yeah, says Zachery nervously. I'm gonna have to agree with Adrian. Oh, hold on. He pulls out the little useless stone he has now.
Mm-hmm.
And he turns to all three of you and says, should I just try and throw this onto the void and see if it lands?
Gently, perhaps, but I think so.
I think that's a good idea.
Daniel nods.
Why not? He kind of aims. Do I have to roll for this?
Nope.
Yay. He aims and he tosses it over to the closest one.
As it flies out onto the void, where you would expect it to fall down into the darkness, it hits a couple times. It sort of skims over the surface. And when it strikes, you see it's almost like a black floor sort of appears. And it hits once and twice and a third time. But after it sits there for a little while, it starts to sink down just slightly. And then it falls further and further, very, very slowly. But there were tiles for just a moment.
Look at that!
Aha! Thank you for reading that poem. We might have been fucked.
You're welcome, I love reading poetry.
That was a good call, Adrian.
Okay, says Zachery. Alright. Okay. He kind of looks around to, is there another one that's nearby?
Just as a quick reminder, you are at more or less 12 o'clock. If this circular room was a clock, you're at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you this so that you can get an idea visually for yourself. And I'm going to describe it out loud for the viewers. So you are basically standing at 12 o'clock right here. And so
these are the
anywhere where you see the line for the pentagram, that's the path.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere else is the void. So there's a lot of black space.
There's quite a bit. There's a lot of void.
Aside from your tentative step onto the white cobblestone, you have not moved off of this small patch of grass.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna take another look around. I'm gonna look. I can't quite tell what's up there. Can anyone else see what's up on the ceiling? I don't want to make any moves until we know what's up there.
Zachery looks up, and I'm gonna do a perception roll for him. Damn it, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I got fucking 9.
I got 15.
Okay. I got 9 as well, so I think Zachery and Daniel will both notice something, but they notice two different things. Zachery, as you're trying to get a closer look at what's up on the ceiling, something distracts you. It's a moth.
A worm.
Oh, grown worm.
It's... And it's another small bluish-gray moth. It's not the same one as before, but it flies across the room, across the void, counterclockwise. And it lands around 7 o'clock on the opposite side of the curtain, and it just hangs on the curtain there, and it flutters its wings a little while. Daniel, you do manage to get a decent look up at what's in the ceiling, and you don't have exactly the vocabulary to describe it. It looks almost like a nest of salamanders, although their heads are shaped oddly. Some of them are spade-shaped, some of them have 3 sets of legs, some of them only have their front legs, and they're all shimmering and golden. And different sizes as well. Some of them move around a little bit like fish, and some of them just sort of float. The very tiniest ones just sort of hang suspended in the air. And as you're watching, you see that these writhing shapes are caught in an almost endless struggle of the larger consuming the smaller ones. And then the smaller ones will collect onto one of the larger ones and dissolve it. And the smaller ones will eat and eat until they become larger themselves. And it's an endless cycle happening above you, up in the air. And it's all shimmering in gold.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Huh? So Zachery looking from the moth to Daniel.
There's the whole circle of life going on up there.
Okay, so Zachery narrowing his eyes at him. Anyway, I found the moth.
The moth is here.
Well, there is a moth. I'm not sure if it's the same moth.
Daniel still has his moth.
Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been on you since the last episode. It's okay if you forgot.
Was it sitting on his shoulder?
It's kind of like you can't really see it now because it's on your shoulder blade, but it is still there. Congratulations, you've got a moth.
He doesn't know it's there, so he makes no comment.
You still have yours, Daniel. There's one that's taken quite partial to you. I think that's the one from the
he looks at his shoulder.
Palace of Westminster.
It's there, just trust us.
Is that invisible?
No,
No,
Zachery goes over and he collects the moth and he lets it walk onto his fingers, if that's okay.
That's so fine. That is very fine.
It goes onto his hand and he shows him. See? It followed you. I thought you knew.
Oh, it didn't bite in holes in my clothing, did it?
Well, you won't know until we go home. He smiles, putting it back on your shoulder.
Whatever happens in alternate realities stays in alternate realities.
What a good idea, says Zachery.
Does it?
That's what I'm telling myself, yes.
Okay, Zachery looks back out to the void. So we know that it catches the attention of the dancers if we go on the white cobblestones. We know that there is something there that we can't see in the blackened areas. And he looks to where the moth has landed at 7 o'clock. We know that these tend to be guides. It went in a counterclockwise fashion to 7 o'clock, correct?
Correct.
Mm-mm.
So, says Zachery, look, I'm probably gonna try and step onto one of these black stones here.
I'll come with you.
No.
Says Daniel.
No.
Immediately links arms with Zachery.
No, he says, unlinking his arm.
No, I think that is a good idea, Zachery.
No.
You shouldn't take this by yourself.
I think I perhaps should.
Well, we all need to get across the room, presumably.
Well,
Yes,
presumably, but one of us should at least test it.
We tested
Well,
it
you
with the
threw
rock.
the rock.
Well, yes, but a rock isn't a person, is it?
Well, we'll need to test if it can hold all of us anyhow.
Well, not at the same time. That's why if we just go... Look, listen, this... You probably shouldn't have gotten involved in any of this in the first place, so...
We didn't have much choice,
I-
if you recall.
Yes, I know. I know. But...
Zachery, that's no reason for you to just take this all upon yourself. Let Daniel go with you onto these black stones here. Don't be unreasonable, man.
I'm
Well-
very light. I've been dieting recently.
I'm plenty strong, Zachery. I can pull you both back if you start to fall.
Well, why would you have to pull back two people if you can just...
Zachery, it's not your fault.
He sort of pauses.
Well, Adrian says, ...
He points at Adrian, nodding.
Adrian!
I'm only saying, technically, if you want to go by technicalities.
If you want to go by technicalities, I'm the first one that got caught in the mirror, so I should be the first one to step off of this.
I don't think that's a good idea, says Zachery, but
You probably are the heaviest. All that muscle.
I was going to say.
But can all of us pull him back?
Yes, that was perhaps my biggest concern, and the reason why I wanted to step out in the first place was because I am clearly the smallest, possibly the lightest. So, he says, backing up already to it,
Daniel grabs his hand.
you're making this very dumb and difficult.
What if perhaps Liam, you might be opposed to this, but go with me here. What if perhaps we fashioned a rope out of our cravats and tied it to you, Zachery?
Oh, I don't know if our cravats are going to be long enough, but I can at least hold on to it with my hand. That could possibly work.
I have a handkerchief too. It's a bit, snot filled.
Gross!
That can go in the middle.
Why is this so difficult? Just let me step on the goddamn He throws his hands up. Oh, okay, fine. We'll do that cravat thing.
No, wait a moment.
Liam.
Are you serious?
Oh, alright. Fine. Yes, no, it's fine.
You have plenty at home.
It's
I will
fine.
personally replace this one if anything horrible happens to it.
Something horrible is definitely going to happen.
Zachery,
I'll hold you to that, Adrian.
I promise.
And will you come shopping with me to pick it out?
Yes.
Very well then. He snaps off his cravat, quick as you like.
Yay! Does it make the towel whip crack?
Yeah, it does.
Daniel takes off his cravat as well and takes out his snot-filled handkerchief.
Oh, Lord.
Grody. So they all make themselves a little friendship rope.
Yeah.
Made of their personal cravats and one snot blanket. I can't imagine it's too long, but Zachery at least holds on to it with
Yeah.
his hand.
And
Probably.
Liam makes sure that his cravat is not tied to the snot blanket.
Look, I'm fine tying it.
Liam holding
It's
his own
dry.
cravat.
Probably.
Gross.
It's dry and crusty.
It's real nasty, but that crust gives it some extra strength. Does this have like strength stats now? Does the crust make it
See,
like
I'm helping.
Does it have strength stats? If you try to throttle somebody with it, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
it has an additive of nasty damage
Exactly. You've got the nasty damage.
for like 5 turns. Gross. Alright, so Zachery has the handkerchief that's not nasty in his hand, and he goes ahead and he takes a big step around. I imagine like the white cobblestones are bordering, and then you're gonna step over that and go to the black, or
It goes right to black.
Oh,
you don't
it goes
have
right to black.
Yep, you don't have to walk over the white at this point.
fantastic. All right, so I'm walking on the black counterclockwise.
It should
Okay.
be about a little less than 5 yards long.
Okay, I don't know how you know that, but that's great.
Okay, nice.
What if Liam has
is about a yard.
what if
Oh,
Liam has like a
fold it
really
Holy
long
shit.
cravat?
A really, really long
Well,
cravat.
about 5 yards is pretty decent length.
Here's the thing,
I
we're
mean, then it would be a scarf.
Here's the thing, we're only using it to make sure that, like, if Zachary's going to fall through.
Yeah.
Alright, well, anyway, Zachary does step on the void, quote unquote.
Wait.
What?
Daniel rushes over to him and ties the cravat that Zachary's holding on Zachary's wrist. And then puts the cravat in Zachary's hand to hold it, to stabilize it. And he taps Zachary's hand and he looks at him very worriedly, but also sternly. And can't think of anything to say, except, be careful.
Zachary nods awkwardly. Yeah, okay, you're right. I was gonna do that, but thank you for... Good, noted. Right, need...
No self-sacrificing.
Uh-huh. Does it half-heartedly listening to him and stepping. So I want to know, he steps on it, and does he feel like a sinking to it?
As you step onto the void, the tile sort of appears under your feet, almost as if it's rippling underneath them.
Oh shit.
And as you stand there, you are now standing on firm ground, and you hear the music even louder now. The music is quite present. It's, if it was vibrating in your chest before, right now you can feel it all the way through your bones. But it does hold your weight.
Okay.
Keep going, I guess.
I mean, I guess so. He takes another good old stippy step, and he is still going in the direction of 7 o'clock.
Okay.
He's pretty much going to get to the end of the cravats, and...
Not quite that far.
Okay, never mind. he at least takes another step.
When you take another step, the music gets even louder to the point where it's definitely hurting your ears now. You can almost feel it inside your brain. It's really jarring.
Oh, that's unpleasant. Yeah, if it's painful, I can conceive that Zachary is going to come back to them to relay it. He's a little hesitant about speaking while he's in the circle, simply because, like, he doesn't want to draw any extra attention to them. The dancers don't seem to notice him, does he?
The dancers have not noticed you at all.
Okay. So he just steps back to them, and he goes, there's definitely firm ground there, but it's loud as hell the further you get in. It really hurts.
Really?
Yes.
Perhaps we could wrap our cravats in one snot handkerchief over our ears. Do you think that would help?
You don't have to keep pointing it out. I'll just put it back in my pocket, thank you very much.
Perhaps that's just taking the poem too literal, but do you think we do have to dance?
Oh, perhaps.
Perhaps then the music would not be loud? I don't know how this magic stuff works.
Yes, try dancing down there.
Yes, go on.
Me? No, I'm not much. I have 2 left feet. But why don't,
You
Well,
need a partner to dance, don't you? I'll go down with you.
Okay, Liam, why don't you dance with him?
No,
Huh?
I'm fine with that as
Adrian-
long as it's someone.
No,
Adrian
perhaps-
coughs a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Blush you.
Daniel kind of picks up on it. Why don't you two try it?
Well, why don't you two try it?
Well, why don't you 2 try it?
Well, there's enough space here for us all to try it.
So I suppose we ought to go together as per usual.
Okay.
Daniel grabs...
You'll have to
Zachary's
dance whether you
hand.
like it or not.
He's not eyeing at his hand being grabbed, but he is eyeing at the thought of dancing.
You should just put your little feet on Daniel's feet.
Oh my god! No!
Like a tiny child.
Okay, he says, holding pretty much Daniel's hand, but he kind of stops and he's like, where does the other hand go?
Well, that depends on who's leading.
Well, who's leading? Are you leading?
I imagine
I assume I
I
will.
imagine Daniel would be leading.
Oh, why? Because he's taller.
No,
Well,
because
you just said you
don't
can't
know how to
dance.
You it is, he says, and he puts his hand on his shoulder.
Daniel puts...
He takes Daniel's hand and puts it on his shoulder.
His hand is like gravitating towards his waist. Like very confused and awkward. But he puts his hand on his shoulder.
Don't be ridiculous. This is Zachary looking at him. Alright, shall we?
So wait. So you guys are clasping 2 of your hands together, and then you both have your hands on each other's shoulders?
Because that's not
Does
how
that
you
work?
dance.
Like, if you want to do a really awkward middle school dance, I can endorse this.
Well,
and
yeah, I
we can
like
go
that
with it.
image.
I just wanted to clarify for the audience that this is what's happening.
I love the idea. Can actually Liam be the one pointing this out and being like, what you both gonna have? Your hands on his shoulder.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Have neither of you danced before?
I have.
Then what are you doing?
He didn't seem comfortable with it. And we're both men, you see.
But, oh my lord, you're not...
Your form's going to be
Your
terrible.
Thank you, Adrian.
Our
That's
form,
exactly...
Who cares about
You-
our form?
I mean,
Strange room might.
the room might care about your form.
You care about the form more than
That's
anyone
enough for
here.
me, says Daniel. He puts his hand on Zachary's waist.
Ugh, he
And he
groans.
blushes very deeply.
He doesn't notice. He's just a little peeved with this whole situation.
All right, well, why don't you two give it a try first?
Shouldn't we step on dance together?
Yes, you two. Connect yourselves.
Liam is not shy at all, and he walks up and automatically takes the lead with Adrian.
I mean, Adrian expects this, so he's like, all right. He's just ready to be held.
Question, does he move a little closer, or is he kind of stiff?
I mean,
Save
probably,
that for the $5 patrons.
probably leave some room for Jesus.
All right. Room for Jesus.
But he's not, like,
Noted.
rigid. He's comfortable.
All right, are we stepping down?
I suppose so.
Yes,
So anyone-
Daniel starts to lead Zachary down the stairs. of
There
the
are no
void.
stairs.
There are no stairs.
Down
Okay.
the void.
All right. As
Fucking
you
Fred
take...
Astaire.
What dance we're supposed to be dancing?
It's a waltz.
Okay,
I'm
alright.
pretty sure I mentioned that earlier.
You did.
Okay, it is a waltz. And as you step out onto the tiles, the music does get louder, but it's not painfully loud. It is a nice, pleasant volume. And the steps are, again, you see the tiles sort of shimmer underneath your feet as you step upon them. And I would like everyone to roll their d20, because since this is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 waltz, we are going to be rolling for odds. So everyone is shooting for odd numbers.
Oh god.
Oh, I got a 19.
Fuck, I got an 18.
Okay.
I also got an 18.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so we're gonna make a note. You guys stumble a little bit as you come off into the void, but
Did you
are we
get
ready?
odd or even? You.
Oh, I got odd. Liam, I
That makes sense.
yeah. No, I got a 9. So for your first few dance steps, it takes Zachary and Adrian a little while to get into the swing of it. Zachary, your knee kind of locks a little bit.
Adrian's too busy looking at his feet.
Yeah.
Daniel senses Zachary stumble and he kind of pulls him a little closer to him just to kind of like support him. He's like, it's alright, it's alright.
No.
I wish I could say something for Liam, but he just kind of smiles a little bit.
Because all you can see is the top of Adrian's head
Yeah.
while he's looking down.
Daniel spoke in the void.
Oh, yeah.
Did the dancers pick up on that?
Nope, the dancers have not noticed.
Okay.
Nice.
Zachary is shaking a little because he looks at Daniel and goes, okay, so confession, I've never actually really been good at dancing.
It's alright, just follow me.
What if I fuck up?
Just dance well enough.
Well enough, he mutters.
So as you continue to dance, I would like everyone to roll your d20 another time.
For odds still?
For odds still, yes. It's still a waltz.
I got a 12.
I got a 4.
17.
Thank God.
Damn.
All right, I got a 6. So,
Look.
Zachary, you're shaking so hard that you sort of like pitch forward into Daniel's chest a little bit, but Daniel regains enough composure that he doesn't back up a little bit. And then Adrian, you're so busy looking at your feet that whenever you finally do lift up your head, you sort of bonk into Liam's chin a little bit, and both of you sort of like, it throws you off balance just a little bit. At this point, overhead, the swarm is starting to get a little bit agitated. This nest overhead. It coils a little bit, and you see eyes sort of turning in your direction, but nothing happens.
I don't enjoy it.
Zachary just kind of is rambling to Daniel and is just like, it's just that I don't get invited anywhere, so I have never had any practice to dance, so I don't go out and dancing doesn't happen and no one asks, and he's just sort of afraid and rambling.
Do you want to take a spook for the situation? You don't have to.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because his character's starting to fear like I'm gonna fuck this up for everyone.
Aww. Boo boo.
I'll take it. I'll
Taking a spook. All right.
Take a cranberry spook, please.
Daniel keeps his voice calm and he says, it's alright. Just follow me. And he kind of like guides Zachery and he kind of leans and shows Zachery how to follow him.
Okay.
You know, you've got a very hard head, Adrian.
I don't have anything clever to say back to that.
Do you want to think about it for a second?
Adrian doesn't apologize for knocking Liam's jaw up into his skull.
No, he wouldn't. That didn't occur to him at all.
I love him.
I've been told that before.
Here you go.
All right, and now at this point in your dancing, you have reached one of the legs of the pentagram, so to speak, one of these white cobblestone paths. And so, as you come up to it, what is the plan of attack?
Is it like a wall that is blocking us?
It is not a wall. It is a
pathway.
and there are these creatures will intermittently spin by as part of their dance.
Wait, okay. When we went into the void and we went down a little bit, are we under everything?
No.
No, we didn't go
Okay.
down at all.
We're on the same level of everyone else.
The only thing that went down was the stone.
That's
Okay.
because it just
Because
stayed
it
on
was-
it too long and it weren't dancing.
And it weren't dancing.
The stone were dancing.
I thought we had gone down some stairs.
No.
And that we were like under a pool of void and like looking up at this.
That's
no,
really cool.
Fred Astaire.
Okay, I'm
Grace Kelly over here.
Okay.
No, that is
Jean
beautiful,
Kelly.
but
Jean
no.
Okay.
Kelly was an actress. She might
Did
have
she
danced
dance?
with him.
She might have.
Yeah.
Issues of that time
Grace
where
Kelly.
they were making everybody dance.
Grace Kelly.
Alright, anyway.
Anyhow, we're on, the same level.
Okay,
and we
okay.
have to step over this path somehow and probably not touch these dancing people.
Do we want to get in character?
Well, we'll have to shift through them in time.
I definitely don't think we should touch the path.
Is the thinnest point jumpable?
Yes, but that is going to have you roll with disadvantage because since that's the junction point, that's where the most people are and that's where people are turning, so they're spending just like a little bit more time at that point. So,
Are the
yes, you could.
paths- Are the paths themselves small enough for an extended leg to step over without touching them?
So the width of the path could be leapt over. It would be very awkward to try to just step over this.
Okay.
Daniel is very leggy and slender, so it's possible that Daniel might be able to step over it, but that would essentially cost you more time than you have between these dancing partners that are going through.
We'll have to turn this waltz into a ballet.
Daniel's kind of dancing with Zachery and kind of leading him towards the path, and he's kind of like mumbling under his breath, kind of like a count with the music. And
Are we jumping? Is that what we're doing?
Yes,
I think we're jumping.
And then he waits for a parting of people, and then he kind of swings Zachery.
Yeah, no, I like this. Keep going.
Toss my toss boy.
He had kind of been moving with the momentum, then swings Zachery and kind of spins over the path.
Excellent. In that case, I would like you both of you roll your d20.
Fuck. Oh no. Oh god. Please.
I have a quick question just for clarification. Like, did you both go over the...
Yes.
Yeah.
How did
He
you
like
do it?
he swung.
He
big.
kind of
Okay.
picked up Zachery.
Okay, gotcha.
I have
And then
a
he spread
13.
him legs.
Yeah. 15. I don't know if I don't have anything that would help that. Oh god.
You succeed.
Both of them?
Yeah, you
Oh.
guys, I'm gonna say that you sort of managed to make the leap over. It sort of puts a little pause into your dancing. It's not completely fluid, but you do manage to make it successfully across. You don't touch the white tile, and you do not interrupt any of the dancers.
Zachery kind of laughs with both fear and also, oh, we did it.
Daniel's heart is pounding. And
Don't faint.
I'm gonna make him take a spook for that because of his heart condition.
All right.
Daniel's strong.
It's got good momentum.
Yeah.
Well, Zach's also very light.
Oh yeah.
True. So now I imagine Liam and Adrian have come up to this, so they are going to attempt the same thing, I imagine.
Yeah.
All right, we're both gonna roll our d20. I'm really
so
nervous.
worried.
I made these rules, but I'm really nervous.
A 20!
Yo! Yeah!
Thank
Excellent. So with a nat 20, wow. Okay, so I didn't even really have to roll for that one. So Adrian is just so stupendous, apparently, that he is going to time things perfectly. With a nat 20, he probably, like, they leap over and then he, like, dips Liam back down into the path and then pulls him back up again.
Wow.
Danger boy.
Danger boy.
Danger romance boy.
Yeah, Adrian probably had a lot of dancing lessons growing up.
That's true.
Came into play.
Came into play.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So both of us, we have all made it across the path, and now we are inside the leg of this pentagram. And so,
Oh, balls.
yeah, so we're gonna do another d20 roll to see if we can keep the waltz rhythm. We're again shooting for odds.
Shooting for odds. Give me an odd, give me an odd, give me an odd. I have a 10.
Okay,
I have a 2.
Ooh, I got a 7.
you got even, and I got.
Daniel and Zachery both got evens.
Okay.
I just want to say, Adrian was just, warming up, and now he's doing good.
Probably full of confidence after that very successful dance move. Ooh. Zachery, even though the two of you made it across this part of the path, you fall down on one of your knees after this because you've gone off of balance. At this point, the creatures up above have definitely become agitated. They're looking at you, and I'm going to be rolling a d6 because we're going to see how many friends are going to come down to pay you a visit.
I'm gonna waste my wonderful move.
They might not bother you.
Okay, so 4 creatures are gonna come down. One of them is a particularly long one. It's the sort of amphibious-looking creature that's got a spade type of head, and it's got 3 pairs of legs. It's the largest, and then the other 2 are still relatively small. They're almost a little bit like little tadpoles. So they're gonna kind of swim through the air towards you, and I would like to know, what is your defense?
6.
Okay. Ho-ho! Lucky break!
Oh my god.
So, they're charging towards you, and then as soon as they get within range, they sort of wriggle backwards. You can almost see their skin wrinkle and ripple away from you, and they fly back up towards the ceiling, and they swirl around there. They're still looking at you, but they've been spooked away for now.
Okay.
Daniel's gonna take another spook because
Yeah, that's stressful.
Yeah.
I think
Zachery
all
too.
of us are gonna take a spook.
Yeah.
Daniel, by the way, is halfway up on the spook meter.
Yep.
You're feeling about halfway terrified right now.
Yep.
Ah, shit. Can I offer you an egg in these trying times? Alright, so I guess we'll keep going. We have to get to the other side of the pentacle.
Yep, that's right. So at this point, you are now leaping over the next side of the path to get past this arm. I think at this point, maybe Liam and Adrian are gonna go. After they've, looked back to make sure that Zachery is actually okay. They're gonna keep up their momentum. And we'll see if you can pull off another astounding stunt, Adrian.
Fucking hope so.
Grace Kelly.
18.
Oh, I also got an 18, so that means that our average is still 18. So I think for the two of us, I don't know, do you have any other spectacular dance moves in mind?
I want us to bound across like deer. But perhaps that's not in character.
No, I like that.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Something possesses us, and we look deep into each other's eyes, and we're like, this is the time. And we both daintily leap across, arm in arm, just like slender deer. And it's effortless. It's gorgeous.
It's dandy.
It's dandy. All right, that means it's up to Zach and Daniel. Let's see what you got.
Show me what you
I
got.
was about to.
So I'm getting nervous.
It's okay.
Daniel got an 8.
I got a 12.
Oh, God. That's 10. That's 50%. That's a failing grade.
All right, so that means,
No.
Just lay it out.
No.
Well, that's exactly what happens.
No.
You two lay out on the white tile. Now, you're not completely prone. You just sort of stumble onto it. You tried to leap over, but you kind of bumped into somebody. You timed it a little bit wrong, and you bumped into one of the dancing partners there. And they can see you now. Fuck. And they turn to you. Let's say the taller partner has long, spiraling horns that are straight up into the air with sort of a burgundy hair color, and they've got soft peach brocade that they're wearing. And then the sort of rounder partner is smiling quite sweetly. They have sheep horns that are kind of curved underneath their long, soft ears. They regard you. In surprise for a moment, they quickly regain their composure, and the tall one speaks, "Oh, would you like to join our dance?" And the other one says, "You must be the ones that little Robin was telling us about. Oh, how charming. Now, don't tell Robin we said this, but you really should join the dance. Trust us, you'll enjoy it so much more if you leave your souls here with us instead of with the custodian. He's so dull. Please stay with us, won't you dance?" And there's a few other of these dancers who have noticed you now, and they've turned to both of you and they say, "Oh, dance with us. Yes, please do. Do have a dance." And I would...
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say Adrian's off to the side, shaking his head.
It's worth noting Adrian and Liam can still see Zachery and Daniel, but Daniel and Zachery, you two can no longer see Liam and Adrian. And I'm going to ask both of you two to do a wisdom roll. So going to roll that d20.
11.
20.
Ooh.
20. And you got 11?
Yes.
It wasn't a nat 20, it was just like...
No, that's okay, yeah. Zachery, you have no trouble scrambling backwards off of the tile, and as you reach for Daniel, you manage to grab his coat sleeve. But before you can pull him off with you, the tall dance partner with the spiraling horns scoops up Daniel by the waist.
No!
And leans in close and kind of takes a smell.
Yuck!
And says, "Oh my, I do believe, why yes, I do believe our queen has entertained someone like you before. Oh, that's marvelous. Oh, you must dance with me, I insist."
Can I give Daniel a spook?
Yeah, go for it.
Because he can't see anyone. He can't see Liam and Adrian anymore.
Also,
Probably not
Zachery
Zach.
totally got out of view, if you recall. Zachery
He
scrambled.
can't see anyone anymore.
Zachery, the last you see of Daniel before he is swept away in the dance is his shock as his partner places long, slender fingers onto his chest and then slowly draws it away to reveal the gold dusting of a palm print on Daniel's chest right over his heart.